What's good? What's going on, everybody? Y'all tuning in with Prime Media, where people recognize one-man entertainment. I'm joined by special guest today, a familiar face you guys seen before, and Kevin Tran. Kevin,
what up?
Say what's up to the people.
Hey. My name's Kevin. I'm sponsored by Primal Nutrition now, and I'm the singer and dancer of the boy band Hashtag Elevated, and I've been doing a reaction with Alex on the channel. So
yes sir, and he basically hinted to our guests already. We got Matt in the building, Matt Mccabe.
What's up, guys?
Right, I pronounced that
Matt
right.
Mccabe, yeah.
Owner of Primal Nutrition, stores found in Philly, Glassboro, and Cherry Hill. You just opened your Glassboro spot.
Yep.
Congratulations
Thank
to you
you
and your family. Tell the people where they can find you.
We're located at 402 North Delsey Drive in Glassboro, New Jersey, like 2 minutes away from Rowan University. Over in Pennsauken, we're located right up the street from Cherry Hill Mall, close to Camden Catholic.
That's a real businessman. Tell them where to find you. 402. He said the address. He said the address. You know, people are like, yeah, you can find some Glassboro, Cherry Hill. Address.
I should throw the Pennsauken one too. 6003 Mansion Boulevard, Pennsauken, New Jersey, 08109.
That's a real businessman. All the time.
facts.
Come find me.
Come find me. And Matt, you're also in combat.
Yes.
Outside of here.
Also a professional grappler and also a father. So,
okay, my man. Congratulations to Congratulations on having a kid.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. How was your experience hitting the mats professionally for that first time? Your event was what, about a month ago?
About a month ago. It's July 2nd. It's around July 2nd, but it was amazing. It was honestly one of the biggest moments of my entire life.
Really?
I didn't get the win, but it was such a tough match. I was happy with my performance.
Right.
And
how did it feel? In front of people?
Man.
Like you're on the stage, you walking in, the ring, music's playing, smoke.
So what's crazy is I was actually on TV with it too. So I opened up the main card on UFC Fight Pass. So my nerves were through the roof. But, you know, that kind of stuff, like when they say like your nerves are going crazy like that, that just means you got to do it.
You got to do it.
You got to do it. So
you got to do it.
You know.
Bro, when you get the nerves like that, it's because you're passionate about it. And you could probably tell that because you're a business owner.
Right.
You don't get the nerves unless you don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you care about something, you're going to get nervous about it because you don't want to screw it up. You don't want to fumble anything. And you're hoping for a certain outcome that's good on the positive side in some spectrum. That's so you probably get that. You're used to that feeling though because you own your own shop.
Right.
When did you decide like, all right, when did you decide to be a business owner? But like, did you go to school? Like, did you go?
So I did. I went to college for a little bit. I actually got kicked out for multiple reasons.
Okay, we don't have to talk about
college.
That.
Wasn't for me. We could talk about it. It wasn't anything crazy. It was actually a fight where I ended up getting jumped, and then I was the only one left at the fight scene. So guess who they blame it all on?
You.
Me.
The only person.
So I ended up getting kicked out for that reason, which I'm not disappointed about because that's how I found MMA.
Right. So. All right, so then you're not in school no more. You decide not to go back anywhere else. You probably got those butterflies. You're like, yeah, I want to take on my own business, open my own thing.
So I was working at a school for special needs kids. I was working at a preschool for kids with autism. I liked that job a lot. It was better money, but I was really into fitness, and then Primal asked me to work for them. So I started working for Primal. I was there for about 3 years, and then I decided to make the jump to open up my own.
Yeah, and then so they're private. Are they privately owned?
So they are a franchise. The main guys are the Philly location.
Yeah.
There's 2 other stores that are privately owned.
Okay.
Montgomery County, Delaware County, and then I own 2 locations in Jersey.
So you can kind of, because like almost like Chick-fil-A, they're a franchise, but you can own like your own after you go through. Okay, so it's kind of like that.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, it's dope. So you definitely went through that experience. So I want to talk about that with you because you're deciding like, all right, I'm betting on myself.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to make my money, opening the sub store. I'm already going to compete with everyone else that's already in the market.
Right.
Online companies like Ghost and all that stuff.
Right.
Oh, talk to me about that.
So, 22 years old, you don't really have any money, right?
You don't got money. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It sounds crazy, but I threw my entire investment on credit cards. I paid the credit cards off within the first year, and that's how I made Primal successful for myself without having any money in the first place.
Okay. Shit. It's credit cards. That would have been smart for me. I trial and error everything, dude.
Right.
I trial and error was like everything. Like, I'm just gonna buy this, I'm gonna do this, because that's not what a lot of people see, and that's what kind of bugs me sometimes, because it's like they don't know what you're gonna have to go through. Because I mean, granted, owning a whole building and a sub store is different than like trying to do a podcast or trying to do your music group. But all three of us here have that one thing in common. We have something that we want to start off. I had to give you a reason why to come to me.
Right.
But 22, you ain't got no fucking money.
Yeah.
The capital ain't there. It's never there.
Nope.
You have to grow the capital. And I was like, yo, to me, everyone's like, yo, you're investing yourself. I get that. But when I see $100 go in my bank account, it's like, I got to make that back.
Right. So to put it in like bigger terms, like for a retail location, most retail locations, I won't speak specifically on mine, but you're looking at $5,000 worth of expenses before you even start making money.
Yeah.
So you're talking about making $5,000 profit a month before you start paying yourself.
Damn.
And that's just the baseline.
That's the baseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm not too sure how it is with you and with the music aspect, but like, you could speak for you, I could speak for me, and then you have to speak for yourself. It's like, if I have to do this a thing, it's gonna have to come out of pocket.
Right.
But at the same time, nothing can stop you. Like, you can't. If you're that in for it, nothing should stop you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's not about the money, but it's about the reward itself. Like, just the joy of pursuing what you love to do. And sometimes you just got to pay out of your own pocket, because if you just are just comfortable with, you know, like a stable job or something like that, it's like, what's the point of living life, you know?
Dude, I couldn't be comfortable with that.
No.
The fact, here's the thing that kills me. And it's a funny thing when I hear people say it. And I've asked this question to people in high school. I got my first job at 16 at Chick-fil-A. And I stopped sports that whole year in high school to work. And everyone's like, yo, why are you stopping sports? I was really good at swimming. That was one sport I was really, really good at.
Right.
And everyone's like, yo, like, why'd you stop? Like, some of the teammates hit me up like, yo, we need you to fill in these events. Like, we wish you had you. And like, teachers are like, you have your whole life to work. I'm like, but why do you want your whole life to work? Everyone's like, yo, live now, live in your 20s, go party, do this at the third. You can work the rest of your life. I'm like, why? Because you're the same person who did that, and you're also the same person who's complaining about working the rest of your life.
Right.
So why would you tell me to do something that you're already complaining about? I mean, yo, everyone's different. Everyone's different.
Yeah, there's some people who just are just comfortable, like, you know, go 9-to-5 job, go home and just watch Netflix, and they're happy about that. Yeah.
Man, we got the energy now to build something substantial. And if your goal is financial freedom, or like building an empire where you actually have time, where you're not locked into a 40-hour work week at a salary that you can never raise, you got to roll the dice.
You got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
That's what I learned to do.
Yeah.
You have to like really roll the dice.
You know, risk it all now for the long-term gains.
Yeah. And you know, it was crazy. It wasn't like I was ready to do it. I wanted to do it. So I obviously had the vision. I was there. But at one point in my life, I wasn't a very confident person. So I didn't have the confidence. And when I wouldn't see people that were close to me, that used to be close to me, that were in a circle, weren't even supportive of the vision, and they didn't care, and one person told me it was whack, and I didn't have confidence,
Yeah.
I let that get to me.
Puts you down.
I let it ease out. I was like, damn, I guess this isn't for me. I guess it's just a cool thought. Like, let that shit be.
Right.
It's 2019. A lot of shit happened. We'll just leave it at that. 2 months later, I said, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
I went 3 months, almost 4 months, and I can give you names on the show because I don't really care about that, but like, you can have receipts and hit people up. My buddies Noah, Bryant, Brandon, James, Knight, like, they will tell you they didn't hear from me for 4 months. I just went, not that I went ghost. I transferred areas, moved to a different location for a new position, started making money. Said, yo, I'm starting a podcast. And 2 months in, going to the Super Bowl, doing my thing now. And it was like, no one's stopping me.
No.
And like, I needed, like, whatever happened. That's why I never regret anything in life. Like, shit, that shit sucked. But I was like, I don't regret it because it pushed, it like sparked that flame. It let the lion out the cage.
Right.
Oh my God, that's why I love Resilient. Cubs to Lions.
Cubs to Lions.
Dude,
baby.
I love that thing.
Oh yeah,
I love
so
that mindset.
oh yeah, we need to introduce Resilient. So we're on here because me and Matt are on here because we're starting up a clothing line, kind of like like Gymshark, Alpha Lead, and Nike, Adidas.
And tell them how it started, because that's kind of funny.
Okay, so right now I'm sponsored by Primal, and just for the reason why I want to be sponsored by Primal, because I fuck with Primal. I love Primal. I wear their shirts all the time, and so I asked. And I told Matt, like, you don't have to give me a discount on anything. I just want to put my name with the brand because that's how much I believe in you guys. So I got sponsored, but later on, I was like, hey Matt, have you ever thought about bringing Primal online? Like, try to reach out to like a wider audience. And you said something about like,
a lot of our products are retail exclusive, so I can only sell them for a certain price point in retail locations. If I go online, the prices are jacked up. So we're a lot cheaper at Primal, but I can't sell them online.
Yeah. And then like he was like, oh yeah, I thought about like making like a new brand. And I was just like, oh, you're actually trying to make like a new like completely new like clothing line. And he was like, why? Do you want in on this? And I'm just like, oh no, I just want to just show some support, And he was like, yo, let's start it together. I'm like, I have no business experience. I never thought of because I don't see
you
myself.
You could see his face light up when he said it. He's like, what? You want me? And I'm
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, I want you, Kev. Like, you got mad talents that like you don't even know about yourself.
Yeah, because I never like imagine myself being an entrepreneur. I'm just like, oh yeah, like I just like want to play music and do videography. Like I never thought of like selling stuff to people, but eventually I caved in and I'm like, you know what, I kind of low key hate my full-time job. So if this takes off, like I can have another source of income.
And that goes back to the conversation that we had in Philly when we was driving that one day for the photo shoot. You was already an entrepreneur though. And one aspect you're looking at as physical sales, selling merchandise, and you have to sell yourself as a musician. You have to sell yourself as a media guy. You have to sell yourself as an editor and everything. If you want more clients to do photography shoots on or editing and stuff like that, you got to promote your music. You're selling at some point. You may not be making money through like some of it, but you have to sell yourself in some way. You already had the entrepreneur set. The mindset's there. It's had to be unlocked. That's what we're talking about. We can already see you didn't want the 9 to 5.
Yeah. I think it's not like the business and marketing aspect, but I think it's just like, like the logistics, like, the loans and like the risk and stuff like that. Cause I never experienced anything like that, like banking, and it's kind of a daunting thing to hear about. Cause I've heard stories about entrepreneurs like risking their stuff. And that's why I decided to cave in because I don't like my 9 to 5 job. And like I told Matt, I'm like, I trust you because you successfulily opened up 2 stores and you were able to get in customers that like truly believe in you. So I'm like, that's why I keep thinking I trust you, like, and I'm surprised that you even trust me because I'm not like in that kind of field.
Yeah, and you know what, with that, like it goes back, I don't know if you guys, did you ever see the picture? It's like a monkey, a fish, an elephant, and it's like all about their different talents, and it's like which one can climb the tree the fastest?
Yeah, yes.
Obviously the monkey.
Right.
So like there's a lot of things that I'm not good at that Kev's really good at,
right.
And if we can really reflect off each other,
it's a win.
Oh, it's a win.
Exactly.
Because it's areas that I don't have that he has,
does, exactly.
And then I have areas that he doesn't have.
You put them together.
Put them together,
absolutely.
yeah.
I already saw it.
Right.
Do.
Yeah, and personally, like, I don't think there should be any much conflict between me and Matt anyways, because, like, we're
good.
Okay, because we have, like, mutual respect for each other. Like I... Not saying, like, we stay in our own lanes and not, like, interfere with each other. Like, there will be collaboration and we'll give input. Be like, oh, why, like, is there a reason why you decide to do it that way? And... I mean, it's just a mutual form of respect, trying to understand each other. So
yeah, it seems like it's been everything we talk about is pretty much a discussion. It's never like who's right and wrong.
Yeah, it's like because I think at the end of the day, it's like what's best for the company.
You know what's funny too? It's like every time we did have those discussions, it's like we put it together to something totally new that neither of us were thinking.
Right.
Oh yeah, like we were talking about like what should we have the name, and let's like, so funny how like we try to figure out how to do how to like come up with the name with the company. So like you wanted to like use my group's name, Elevated. It's like Elevated Apparel. Yeah.
So you said Elevated Fitness or something. And I was like, Elevated Fitness. It rings off the tongue. Right?
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we looked it up and it's already trademarked.
Yeah, someone else has it.
That was.
Yeah, and then like we keep brainstorming. I keep texting him like different like name ideas. Basically, like we have a message that we want to tell like the world. It's like,
yeah, it's what we're trying to portray with the brand. Like,
yeah, it's like no matter how much life gets you down, how much haters you get, naysayers, you just need to ignore them. Be tunnel vision and be resilient.
Be resilient. Keep moving forward.
Yeah. So we try to figure out like what's like we went through a thesaurus and stuff like that, and so like I was texting Matt like 20 different lame ass names and stuff like that, and I was like, how about and I was on a like a 30-minute run, like just like jogging around my neighborhood, and I was like, from Cubs to Lions, because like like, and then I told that to Matt, and then Matt was like, oh, how about resilient? And I'm like, oh, resilient. So how about combine it together? Or no, actually, it was your idea. You were like combine it together. It's like have like from Cubs to Lions as like the mantra, and then resilient. And then I made the logo and with this app, and then for some reason like the T was cut off and it looked like a 1, and it says resilient 1. And then you were like, resilient 1. Hey, let's do that. I was like.
It's funny because Kev didn't even see it. He just saw Resilient. Yeah. And I saw Resilient 1. I'm like, oh, Resilient 1 fits even better. That's like a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it. Dude, that's just the whole process. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It unfolded for you guys quick.
And then it ended up being like an upside down T making a 1. Yeah, it was awesome. Or upside down 1 making a T. Yeah.
And it fits. It zones.
Perfect. Yeah.
With the claws in the background, right? That's how it is, like the little.
I designed it myself.
Yeah, no, it's fire. I love it.
And that's one of Kev's, expertise that I don't have is the designing, the graphic design, that kind of stuff.
I mean, well, I hired a girl to make the emblem because I suck at making emblems, but like the lion emblem.
That's the teamwork he's talking about.
Yeah.
You had access to someone he probably didn't have.
I didn't have access to them.
I'm going to call this out right now. I'm defeating the whole purpose of using a stand because I don't want the stand in the way of that camera. So if anyone watching it, because I can already see it now, I look stupid holding a mic stand that's not supposed to be held with your hand.
That's funny.
But there's a purpose behind it. All right, my bad. Derailed that. I just felt stupid.
But we just want to spread that message because like us three have this conversation before, like like people are just projecting their insecurities, saying like, oh, like why are you doing this, and stuff like that, and it's just like why do you even care?
You cannot tell your vision to everybody. I learned that the hard way. I remember I told it to someone who I was really close with. He was older than me. He was. I'm not even going to go into where I met him. If you're watching this, you probably know who you are, and if you feel some type of way, you should.
Straight up.
But I remember I told him I want to do a podcast, and he was cool. He wanted me to work with him, and you would think you would try and inspire that if you want to be partners with me. You know what the guy told me? He's like, "That's a cool hobby." He's like, "Ain't nothing to do for a living." I was like, I ain't trying to say all right, here's my thing. I hate when people be like, yo, you need to do this for a living. You need to do that for a living.
What does it matter?
What does it matter?
Does it make you happy?
Yeah, exactly. And not even just the happy part. It's just like, I guess the happy part, because like the excitement that goes into it, when you do something, it's scary now because I'm putting more money into what I'm making. In most point, as of recently,
right? That's
when that shit gets scary, and it's like, shit. But when you can really make something, there's no reason why it can't be something that makes you leave your 9 to 5, or you can do more with it and expand to something else. But when he was like, yeah, it's a cool hobby, he's like, it's nothing to really do long term. I said, damn. And that was already after I went through my like mind snap. So it was like, you can say that to me. That's cool. That's where this ends.
Yeah.
That's where this ends.
Yeah, what I see with that too is like most people have jobs, right? And I'm not talking bad about jobs or anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
But you can be negative. You can be self-doubtful. You know, you can live in that world and still have your check coming in.
Right.
When you're an entrepreneur, you can't. This is all you got. The only thing you have is your positive thoughts constantly. Whenever there's a problem, you think of the positive outlet that's going to fix that problem. You don't sit there and you wither in the negativity.
You can't down it. You know how many times it would hit you in your head? It has to hit in your head because it hits in mine.
1,000,000 times.
I'll sit there and I'll be like, damn, bro, like, fuck, like.
Throw it in the trash.
You have to get rid of it as fast as it's in, as fast as it's out. That's when I go on runs and people like people definitely hear my ass. Like if I start cramping up or I start hurting and I'm like trying to get a certain time or I'm trying to get a certain distance, I'll start screaming or hype myself up like, let's go, easy work. I'll say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
You have to learn to be your own best motivator. If you can't motivate yourself, you'll never uplift anyone else, and no one else can uplift you at that point because you can't do it for yourself. It's almost like being in a relationship. You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. How are you going to give somebody something you don't have for yourself? You have nothing to give at that rate. It's fake and it'll never work. You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to do your thing. Like, you have to be your own best motivator. That's why when people ask me, they're like, yo, like, why are you doing another thing? Why are you making money here? Why are you trying to find extra work? Like, why don't you take a day off? Bro, because I didn't achieve anything yet.
Right.
Why am I stopping?
Yeah.
That, no offense, I'm sorry, it's a loser mentality.
It is.
You told me to stop because you thought I worked too much. The problem is I didn't work enough because I didn't get where I wanted to be yet.
Right.
That goes back to like you know me like cutting for like a bodybuilding show and stuff like that. People are like, oh, you've been on a diet for like a long time. You deserve a cheat meal. I'm like, no, that doesn't work that way because like I didn't even achieve like stage weight yet, and like. I have a binge eating problem. Like if I eat something good, it doesn't stop at one. So like you don't understand like the hard work that goes behind it. It's like, oh, I'm just like.
See, my thing is different. As much as I love this, there's one bigger reason as to why I want to really make it. I want to be financially stable. I want to be financially stable. I already have my goal, the type of house I want, the type of car I want to drive. I'm going to keep that Nissan for my life. Shout out to my nanny, and she's one of the reasons why I have it. She gave me her car and her will when she passed away. She's like the closest person in my life. I used that car at one point to trade in to buy that Nissan because I felt Nissans run better than the Hondas. Her car was pretty old.
Right.
And since it sat for 3 years, there was a lot of problems with it. Let me get a new guy. So I'm going to keep that forever. But the bigger reason is everyone that's impacted me in my life or has been there through certain things or done something that like I feel like I can never pay them back. This will be my way to pay them back.
Right. Becoming
yes
the person you wanted to be and that they helped push you towards.
One thing inspired me when I read 2 years ago was Stephen A. Smith when he talked about when he got his ESPN deal. This guy was a nobody. This dude was what? And what company was he was a writer for some company. What was it? The Daily News or some shit like that.
Daily Mail?
Something like that. And he was getting no hits until he gets hit, and then he got spotlighted. ESPN gives him his contract. And he told a story how he walked into his mom's work and says, let's go get up. You're not working no more.
Yeah.
And made his mom quit his job. He's like, that's one of my goals.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's one of my goals. They won't be working no more. My close circle, my future family, and my close circle of friends, they'll be fine. That's it.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing for me. Like now it's like an even new picture for me because of the baby.
Yeah.
But for my girl recently, like I had 2 employees that I had to get rid of that I'm not going to talk about. But, I pulled my girlfriend into the business who now she's making more money for the business, but, what's it called? She can have the baby at work. Like it gives us a much better situation. And then we're pushing towards a goal that's going to create long-term wealth,
right?
So that we could actually obtain some type of financial freedom. Like the money's coming in, like we don't have to work full time. We get to spend time with our kid.
Exactly.
Really enjoy life because.
And that's a picture you have to work for because nothing's ever guaranteed. That's why you can't stop. This shit's not guaranteed. I worked 48 hours last week, but because I did that doesn't mean I'm going to gain it next month what I wanted. I got to redo that shit again, probably double that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not guaranteed. You could put all the work in. It's crazy because, all right, this is negative. I'm but it's real, so I'm going to say it anyway because it relates to everybody in this room, including myself. So it's not like I'm projecting on the one person. You can go balls to the wall with everything, and it shit can potentially not even turn out.
Right.
But also, one, it depends. When's your timestamp? For me, I don't fucking have one. It could be 10 years from now where this shit kind of lifts off and gets a huge audience, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what your timestamp is or your timestamp is. Like, there is no timestamp. That's why it's so scary. You can't sit there and be like, yo, in 2 years, I'm going to do... I mean, you could, I guess, in certain things. You'd be like, yo, in 2 years, I plan to do this. But...
it's good to set goals.
You hope, never expect. You can't expect nothing.
Right. Set goals. That's it.
But
don't expect. Expect you're just setting yourself up for failure.
And then when you fail, you feel like you didn't accomplish nothing, then you're going to want to stop because it didn't work. You can't do that.
Because that's a good point. You're going to fail.
You're going to fail. Bro,
you're going to fail 100 times.
I failed already. You failed
100 times, probably.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. Dude,
little things, too.
Camera shooting out during a video. I fumble an interview.
Right.
I'm not scared. It's like...
that hits you, right? That hits you
Yo,
here.
that kills me.
That kills you.
Dude, that kills me. Like, people don't get it. Like, you can look at it and be like, yo, it's no big deal. No, don't tell me that.
Right.
Don't tell me that. Because what do? Are you in school? What happens if you fail a test, asshole?
Yeah, right.
Like, you're kind of pissed. It doesn't... like, I don't go home and cry. I'm just mad.
No.
Like, I'm internally frustrated.
And part of it is like we learn to fix that failure.
Right.
We're pissed because we're going to fix that failure.
Right.
We're not pissed because we want to, life's hard, like, be a crybaby about it. We're pissed because we're going to fix the problem and we're going to make it better next time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like,
I could give you an example of my girlfriend. I have an awesome one recently.
Nail it.
So since I pulled her into the business, one night she wanted to go to the gym. She's like, oh, can we get sushi after the gym? I'm like, sure. But you're going to start talking to people, start promoting to other girls in the gym.
Oh, you told me the story.
Yeah, so I drop her off the gym. I go to Lowe's with the baby. I'm getting like keys made or something for the shop. She's texting me while she's in there. She's like, oh, there's a girl in the sauna I want to talk to. Like, give me some lines of what I can say. I texted her like 5 different lines.
Oh, I was about to say, I was wondering if you could tell her any lines or like, nah, come up with it on your own.
5 different lines because, I've been doing this for years now at this point.
Right.
I know what to say. I can start a conversation with anyone.
Right.
She comes out of the gym as I'm picking her up. I'm like, oh, how'd the talk go? She's like, I didn't talk to her. I get kind of frustrated now because, I know this is our bread and butter. I'm like, Marla, you failed today. Like, just to help her realize you failed. But we got to fix that failure.
Damn.
So what does she do? So we had a little argument about it, but it wasn't an argument because she understood what I was saying. Because I really broke it down for her. The next day, she wakes up in the morning. I don't say a word to her. She goes right to the gym and she gets a girl to follow the page. And it's like correcting those failures to create that confidence and success is super important.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn. He has someone to slap him in the face.
Yeah.
Shit. That's tough. That's cool. I commend you on that one. Shit. Because, bro, I don't know. It's weird, man. See, you're cool because you got a partner that can help, like, check yourself.
Now. She just got brought in. We're talking a week ago.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
True. Because, all right, yeah. Because I wanted to say, like, even when you have no one that's checking you.
Yeah.
Like, that's even worse. Like, you have to notice it yourself. And I was like, that's why I'm like, yo, I hate when people, I don't hate it. I get it. You're coming from a place where you care. But if you care that much, understand why I'm doing it. Don't tell me to stop. Don't tell me to do less.
Right.
Don't tell me to do less.
Tell me to do more.
Yeah.
Make me feel like I'm not doing enough because I'd rather have that than some
how many times I feel like I'm not doing enough?
Really? But that's
it's
good.
like every day.
That means you want to do more.
It's bad. And sometimes I put on too much. Like, I've recorded more episodes than I have to give him to edit, like, right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck. Like, it's weird. I just recently took everything off my old hosting site so I could upload onto a new one because I didn't like the format anymore. I have episodes. Fuck, I'm gonna keep going. I have episodes that, like, I've recorded and never put out because I don't like the way it goes. I don't like the way it flows. I don't like the conversation, the diction, all that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. People are like, yo, I thought it was good. No, it wasn't good. I had one interview I fumbled particularly, and it was No one. It's no one. It's never anyone's fault but yourself. But I'll paint the picture. His name was Jamal Parker. He's an NFL prospect. He was looking to get drafted. My boy Aaron Beasley. Shout out to Aaron Beasley. Big help for me. He played 9 years in the NFL. He's a good friend of mine. I met Aaron through Edge. He knew I was doing a podcast. He knew can't talk. He knows I do stuff like this. So he's like, yo, you want to come interview this person? Now, mind you, this is a Friday. I don't even know when. It was somewhere like 2 years ago, I think. It was a Friday. I was supposed to interview. He hits me up Thursday, the day before. It was like Thursday around 5 o'clock or something. Hey, I got this athlete who's an NFL prospect. Do you want to come interview him? Yes, I do. It's no problem. I only had one thing to do that morning. Go to my internship from 9 to 3 on Friday, and then go meet Aaron and stuff at Turtle Turf so I could do this interview. And I'm like, yo, who's your person? He takes a couple hours to get back to me. He doesn't answer back until later that day or whatever, and he tells me who it is, Jamal Parker, the cornerback from Kent State. All right, I don't know this dude. Now I got to do homework on him. So I start doing homework on him or whatever. Yada, yada, yada. I walk in on Friday. Wake up 9 o'clock. I'm at the internship. I have to focus on the work they're giving me before I can focus on my interview that's at 4, then an hour later. So I'm trying to maintain. It's easy, but it's not easy. When you're trying to think of someone, talking to you guys is easier than talking to him because I know you guys.
Right.
If I were to interview you by yourself, it'd be a lot easier because I know you and I built chemistry with you, built rapport with you, and I knew a lot more about you. You can't give me some. I'm not saying you can't. When you learn about someone the day before, you only have a few hours of prep. You got to remember that because now I'm doing work for my intern, doing whatever they want me to do, moving the files, whatever it is, computer work, all that stuff. It was for a sport company, so I'm just doing that stuff. Within the last 30 minutes, I found free time. Let me do more research. Let me really get comfortable, try to ask questions. And I'm like, all right, shit. I did not feel comfortable. That's strike one. Now I'm not confident in myself. Now I'm driving. Now I have to drive a half hour to go to the spot. I can't research him while I'm driving. I can't do that shit while I'm driving. I'm going to fuck around and crash. Now I'm just trying to think in my head how I'm going to dictate the conversation. So we get there. They're going to train first. Okay, crap. You're prolonging this. Now nerves start racking. So I'll take photography, all that stuff. And I'm like, nerves are racking now. I'm like, all right. Someone else gets added to the picture. He's a Green Bay cornerback. He now plays with the Texans, but his name's Kadar Hallman. Shout out to him. He's a really nice guy too. All of them were really good, handled it really well. They're really cool people about it. They probably went home trashing my shit. They probably talk shit like, yo, he can't interview for shit. But Kadar Hallman shows up. Now I'm in the room with an NFL player, a former NFL player, and a draft prospect. All right, I'm adding this pressure to myself at this point mentally because I'm like, shit, big dogs, don't fumble.
Right.
And now I look stupid walking up to Kadar going, what's your name, bro? I feel dumb because Aaron just looks at me and puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, he plays for the Packers. But he didn't tell me his name. I'm like, I didn't recognize him through the face. He was just drafted. He was going into his rookie year that year.
Right.
So I didn't know him. No offense. And if he somehow sees this, I didn't know him. I'm like, I got to ask your name now. Now I look really stupid. So I feel so nervous, flustered, all that stuff. I go to sit down. My boy Eddie goes to record. Shout out to Eddie for recording it. I go to sit down. What does my dumb ass say in this interview? Yo, Jamal, so you're one of the first people to get drafted from New Jersey in NFL, like in the last 3 years. The dude sitting there and going in his rookie year is from Jersey.
Oh my gosh.
I saw Jamal's face go like this, and I was like, fuck, I fucked that question up. He rolled with it. Jamal rolled with it. He was professional. Everyone else was quiet for like 5 minutes. That was probably the worst interview I did. So, yo, I'm going to apologize to Jamal now. If you ever see this somehow, I'm sorry for fumbling that. That was like, I'm not even going to put an excuse on it, but like that was like my very first interview I fumbled, and that was like 4 months into podcasting.
Right. It was your first failure, really.
Yeah, that was the first one. I just knew I fucked up the whole time. My boy Eddie was like, yo, that was pretty solid. And in my head, I was like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
You're going to be your hardest critic.
I was like, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
There was times where I put shit out when I would put shit out because like if I knew it was fucked and I couldn't fix it, that pissed me off a little bit more too. Because it's like I can't ask you to come back and re-record. I just have to take that L. Fuck it, push it out. But now it's like I'm more in control. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I don't care. It's not going out. Like we recorded it, I don't like it. It's not going out.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. You got to protect yourself at the end of the day too.
But I feel like people don't see that, man. Like that's why it's like, and for you, it's crazy. You might walk out of here right now, go home, driving home, and you might still feel scared. Not feel scared, but you might get those butterflies. It might hit you. I don't know. For me, it hits me randomly throughout the day.
Right.
How does it happen with you?
For me, like at this point where I am now, I have like undoubted self-belief in myself that
Tank.
Dude, no matter what happens, and I know jiu-jitsu helps me a lot too. My tournaments, like I'll give you an example with my tournaments. I won't even look at my opponents. I won't even think about my opponents because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to matter is how I perform. So what I do is I breathe. I focus my breathing, just collect my breath because that can help you control your butterflies, your anxiety feeling, all that. And once you can kind of mellow out with that, your brain is like at its highest, what's the word? Like connection with everything because you're controlling your breathing. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So that like translates to business for me. So if I feel anxious going up to talk to somebody in the gym, for example, as a potential customer, how you doing, man? You know, and just go from there. And every time it works for me.
Damn, that's crazy. I just be walking up to people asking, I'm like, yo, what do you do outside of here?
Oh,
Straight like that. Straight like that.
Right.
Sometimes.
But it's like just doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just got to get up and do.
You just got to do it.
And that's what you guys are about to do with Resilient,
Yeah.
which I think is great. I can't wait when you guys print a shirt. I'm hopping
Yeah.
on that. Like, let me know when it's printed.
Hell yeah.
There's my money. Take it.
Like there was this guy at the gym the other day that is actually competing in the same division as me for bodybuilding. And I asked him to be an ambassador for us. He was like, "Yeah, I can be. I'll be one for you." Like,
Yeah.
I had an ongoing conversation with him, and I think I'm learning a lot about marketing through you. Like it's just like it's about the people. So
Soak it in.
yeah, and like that, and that's how you captured me too, because it's never about yourself. Like you worked we used to work at Edge Fitness, and like you always say hi to me and stuff like that. It was like, hey, Big Kev and stuff like that, and it's like you're making me feel comfortable, and then you were adding me on Instagram, and it's just always about me. I'm just like, oh shit, this guy cares. And then I was like, hey, check out Elevator. And he was like, hey, how about my podcast? And that's how it all started.
How it all started.
So like I'm being inspired by you guys. I'm like, okay, so maybe it's not just like about me. Like make it about the people because like that's your demographic.
Yeah, that's why it's like I don't know. For me, it's always been easy because in high school I was always walked on. So like it was always easy for me to give out to people. If you need something, I just give it, donate. Like my girl kind of clowned me for this one. I feel really stupid after, but I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Instagram bots almost got me. So, but it was pretty good. The dude was smart. Because like most of them are like, yo, I need money. Can you just help me out? And I'm like, all right, you could tell it's a bot. But it was a buddy of mine that DM'd me out of nowhere. He's like, yo, bro, I need a favor. Okay, shit, I got you. To her credit, who DMs you this stuff? But I do have conversations with people through Instagram, not through text.
Right.
So to me, it didn't feel abnormal.
Felt normal, yeah.
Yo, bro, I need a favor. Okay, cool. What's up? Yo, I just need 300. I'm in a rough spot right now. Do you mind like helping me out? Do you have Cash App or Venmo? Yeah, bro, I got you. All right, you're talking to me like a real dude. Basically, the hacker reciprocated our old convos we used to have. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, bro, I got you. I sent him $300.
Damn.
Lost that money.
Damn.
And then they were like, yeah, do you want to get verified? I was like, this is a hacker.
Ah.
I was like, I'm fucked.
Damn, after they asked you for $300?
Yeah.
Wow, they still tried to get more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I fucked that one up.
Yo, back to Kez's point too, though. Like even in my store, like when I talk to customers, they will start to bring up like, what do I do? But I never want to talk about what I do. I'm only concerned about what they do because then like when I recommend products, I can recommend it directly to what they need and want. Because if I'm caring about myself and my sales, I'm never gonna have good customers. They don't like me.
Never
you know?
gonna work. That's, oh my God, you get it. The same thing correlates to me when I ask you something. I'm gonna ask you something for one that can have you on the podcast and promote your business, promote your brand. Yo, let's come on, let's talk about it. It's all I do. It's how I get interviews. When you're working for yourself, you have to establish clientele for yourself. Listen to their wants. Who are they? Or if not, oh, you're a model? Cool. I have a photographer, a videographer that could do like this, that, the third if you need one, and just network.
Right.
Anywhere you can. The fact that you say it, that's why I love talking to people like you.
Yeah.
Because it clicks. When you said it, I knew why you said what you were going to say.
Right.
It gets me hype. I'm sorry.
I love it too, and it builds your value, and that's where your money comes from. Is from your value. So if you're always talking about yourself, you're never going to build your value.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to put on this front for all these people.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. Bro, you know what, like, failing, like, it's crazy? Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. The logo, I don't like it. Not really. It's cool. Like, I like it,
It
but
kind of looks like you. I like that.
it is me.
It is you.
It
Awesome.
is me. Yeah. What I like the logo. What I don't like is how it came out. You can't tell it's a camera.
The camera one, yep.
You can't tell. So what happened was, backstory. I was going to interview a fighter, Vito Mielnicki. It happened. Shout out to Vito and his family. Thank you for letting me in your house for the interview. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was right after one of his fights on PBC for Fox Sports. He was the co-main event. And they allowed me to be able to interview Vito, go up to his house. I was like, I need products. I cannot show up there repping my own brand. Yeah, I bring my mic, my recorder, my camera, my tripod, have like official quality stuff, but I got to have something. I ran to the mall, took my thing off the computer, said, yo, can I get these printed real quick? And yeah, that came out. I looked at it. I said, fuck. Gotta go for it.
You got to do it.
And then I post a picture. You got to promote your stuff. Hey, guys, this is who I talk to. They see me with the shirt. They see him with the shirt on. And people are like, yo, let me get a shirt. Let me get a shirt. Let me get a shirt. When can I get a shirt? Fuck it. Y'all like it? All right, you know what? What made me feel better about it was everyone changed their logo over time. NFL teams, everyone, they all had different logos, multiple logos at one point. All I got to do is clean it up a little bit.
Right. And it's like, it's not really about if you like it, right? Mm-hmm. These people are buying the shirts because it's you.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
PR1 Media, I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Alex, I'm buying a shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you want to meet the person behind the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good outlook. So I was like, you know what? Like, all right, I'll make shirts. I'll clean it. I'll worry about the logo later on, and then we'll just keep it going. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a marathon. The iceberg effect. You ever seen that? The iceberg picture thing?
Yeah.
Where this is where they see in underwater is like the biggest thing. It's like your loss, your fails, your like.
I posted something the other day, like the sleepless nights, the failures, you know. Yeah.
Bro, they don't know.
The hate. Yeah, they don't see it.
And it's crazy because sometimes I feel like I can't talk about this stuff because I haven't made it and I'm nobody.
But then you see other people that are
like-minded people, yeah.
Yeah.
And we talk about it because we know because we're going through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, I feel like, because sometimes I feel like because I'm not a millionaire or I don't have 100,000 followers, I'm not verified, I'm not like a celebrity or a known person in my craft yet. It's like,
but everyone started where you're at too.
Exactly.
So
that's why
like,
I remember. That's why I keep talking about it. Because like, even if you're not an entrepreneur, I'll apply it to you. I'll be like, yo, because even if you want to do something like get a degree or get this job or win this fight or train, there's something that I'm doing that was a big factor to why I'm keep doing it that you can apply to yourself.
Right. And like being an entrepreneur in general is like the biggest path of self-development.
Yeah.
So like you learn so much about yourselves that you're constantly creating a better version of you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And now look at y'all, resilient.
Exactly.
You created this together now. When can we expect to see shirts?
So I think
that's allowed to be talked about.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting for samples, and my battery died, but hopefully that one's not dying. Let me check. No, still running.
Hey, see, that's the thing.
So yeah, the plan is to really drop shirts in. We're gonna have them like mid-October, we think. Mm-hmm. We'll do like a pre-order do a pre-order for a couple weeks, see how much inventory we have to buy, then we'll order the shirts and ship them out close to December.
You got me with a medium.
Definitely.
But with that being said, so pre-orders, tell the people where they can find you, where they can find Resilient, Primal, all that stuff again.
So we're Resilient Co on Instagram. That's right, Kev, right? Yep. And then, if you just want to like contact and talk to us, we're resilient1co@gmail.com.
Bam. Primal, drop it.
Primal. So I own Primal Nutrition South Jersey. That's in Pennsauken. And then Primal Nutrition Glassboro.
Anything else you want the people to know?
That's about it for me.
Kevin, you know what to do?
Yeah, just check out Elevated and hire me for videography.
Love it.
No, but like
He's a wizard.
Yeah, I actually like with this conversation too, like what Matt and you said, like it's about the people and stuff like that. So like, just to preface this, like we're not about the people just to be diabolical, just to be fake. Be like, oh yeah, let's just manipulate them to make it about them so they can buy our shit. Like that's not what it is, because we still care about the people.
Right.
Like.
But I think what you're trying to say is our brand intention is to really motivate others to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Cubs to Lion.
From Cubs to
Bring
Lions.
out the mentality.
Yeah, and
Underdog to top dog. Like,
and
I
like
love it, bro.
And like, and I actually got a taste of it too, working with some people. Like, I feel like I made some type of impact on them by helping them with videography. Like, for example, like I'm glad you hooked me up with that one boxer Manny, and like I guess like interacting with like clients like like or customers like face to face is like you feel that connection with them too, and it helps drive your business because like they like you because like you're like relating with them, and then they want to like hook you up with other people. But it's, I think at the end of the day, it's like a reward in itself just to making like new friends or or acquaintances, and like you learn about other people's like expertise, and you just have that like respect for their hard work. And like when I see Manny like just boxing in the boxing gym, I'm just like, yo, this dude is cool. Like, and he seems like so down to earth, and like, and that makes me like enjoy like doing what I love.
Exactly.
So
I got to finish in line for that. Anyone's success has nothing to do with your own success. So help elevate others. It'll only elevate yourself.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Golden.
real.
Yo, mic drop. Cut the show.
Cut the show.
That was good. I like that.
It's on point.
I like that. That was good. But you guys can expect Resilient 1 to be dropping later this fall. Be sure to check out Primal Nutrition. Get your subs in. You can only get it retail exclusive, so be sure to travel, visit. Support your local entrepreneurs as if they're your favorite celebrities. Be sure to check out Kevin with #Elevated, K-Tran Media on Instagram. Photography, videography. The man does it all. He's a what?
Entrepreneur.
Wizard. You said wizard.
Wizard, damn. You were talking about Kevin. I thought you were talking about me.
yeah, I thought you were talking about him too.
Yeah, I was trying to talk about because you.
Let's redo it.
He's a what?
Wizard.
That's what we're talking about. Once again, y'all tune in with Prime Media, where people recognize one-man entertainment, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for watching.
Peace.